Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So everybody knows about the wood processor machine and stacks of wood that I make for the outdoor wood boiler. And then a lot of you were wondering what I did with the smaller stuff. Some of it does go into the outdoor wood boiler. However, all of this stuff fits in the furnace and in the fireplace and in the wood stove I have in the house as well. So seeing as it's a rare warm day, I'm going to take some time and throw some in there, because tomorrow it's going to be cold, windy, rainy, and I'll have the wood stove on in there, which will help dry this out as I stack it all day tomorrow, which it's not getting stacked right beside the wood stove. It's probably going to be down in there for probably 2 or 3 months, at which time I won't need wood to be burned down there, so it'll sit there for another 6 months until next year. So everything that I throw in today, has dried log length for 6 months to a year, been split and stacked here for 3 to 4 months, and then will be dried in there for about 3 months and then sit there for another 6 months. So it'll all be about 2 years old before this stuff dries, or before this stuff is burnt in there. So 2 to 3 years of drying is more than enough time for this stuff. And I'm not going to put all of it, some of that stuff in the corner, I'm probably going to grab later this year and cycle it out of the way so that the fresher stuff can go in there, and then that stuff will go in and replace the stuff that I'm burning right now, which will still give it a full year plus of drying. So let's get to it. Find a good spot to just set you. I was gonna cut and split a bunch more today and just get started on next year's wood, but it's gonna be nasty here in about an hour, hour and a half. So I'm not gonna bother doing that. I'm gonna get this stuff all set, and we'll work on that another day. Alrighty, so I am using gloves. Let me clean that off a little bit. I am using gloves because it's a little bit chilly out still, but I figured I'd show you this since it's right here. I don't think I've showed you guys this before. This is my little snowmobile sled. I can drag this behind with this side down, and it clears up and scuffs up the ground quite nicely, the snow, making a really nice path. So when the snowmobile packs it down, this scuffs it up, and then when it freezes again on top of that, it is really nice. And then I can flip it over to this side when I'm just traveling, and it won't actually drag the angle iron, which is just bolted and welded to these 2x6s, which maybe at the end of this video. Let me go dump this, and then I'll drag it once with this to show you guys, and then we'll keep working with this. Hey, fat puppy. Hey, big guy. Alrighty, so that now that that's out of the way, let me just drag this real quick. A lot of times I won't snow blow or shovel this path. I will just drag it with this because that packs it down in and it's plenty to travel on for what little traveling I do back here. Come on, out of the way. Works better than one of those sleds at the gym. That'll drain you your energy and your breath pretty quick. But you can see how nice and smooth the path is. Except for it dropped a little bit here and there, which isn't an issue for snowmobiling. Just brush that off. And now tonight when that freezes, this will be a nice, hard, smooth path. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath from pulling that. I need to work on my conditioning a little bit more. But as you saw, obviously, if I was either a little bit lower down where the snowmobile was, or if I had a little bit longer strings on it, it would work better for a human pulling it, which I might throw on later. Hi, fat puppy, Big Jack's puppy dog. This is Big Jax. He is, how old is he? 16, 17 now? Big guy. Grab the shovel, clear that up just a little bit, and get back to work. Do a couple of more wagon loads. I might drag that again towards the end there, so that looks really nice. I don't mean to turn my back on you guys all the time, it's just how I work. That one didn't get fully split. Now, you'll notice some of these are a lot bigger than others. I call those all-nighters. You can set them in. How rude. Interrupting me like that. But anyways, I can set them into the fireplace and set it down a little bit lower than what it's been running all day. And it'll last, instead of the 2-3 hours per stick, it'll last a good 4 or 5 6 hours sometimes, and you'll still have some really good burning char in the bottom, some good charcoal, good hot coals still, and it's real easy to start the fire again in the morning. So I always try and have a bunch of those, as well as the smaller stuff, which I use to start the fires and run throughout most of the day. I don't worry so much about these ugly ones. It all just, as long as it fits in there, it'll burn. Watch out, Jax. We gotta fit there. Oh, sounds like somebody's out on their snowmobile having fun. Come on. Keep walking. Keep walking, fat puppy. Big guy. Come on. I love that dog. He's been with me for 16, 17 years now. He's one of the best, most loyal dogs ever. Unfortunately, he is getting old, so I try and take care of him. He loves just being with, though, which is the best part about having a dog. They just want to be with, just have a good time. But he's getting cold, even though it's quite warm out. It's one of those wet, damp cools, which soaks into your bones. That's why I got the sweatshirt on, even though I'm starting to break a sweat right now. I'm gonna leave it on, keep the sweat going, and then go in, clean up all at the end. I definitely don't want to stop while you're sweated and it's cold. Most hypothermic situations actually happen when it's not that cold out, because people don't think it'll be that cold, but it's that damp cold right between 30 to 45 really is when it's that damp cold that just gets right down into your bones. Might do a video about that later. Cold considerations, farming, or just in life in general. There was some really good information that I tried to teach my guys when I was still in the Marines. Maybe I'll do a video on that stuff as well. The cold considerations. Especially because in 2 days we're going to be back down to -10. Be really good to have an eye on. I think I got some company, so I'm gonna go take care of that. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be sure to post a video again next week. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Any comments on or topics you want me to talk about while I'm just sitting here working, let me know. I'll share my ideas, and maybe I'll start doing a lot more commentary instead of just working all the time in front of you guys. So be safe, stay warm, and have a wonderful day.